One of our crypto angels, Stephen Harrison, said to me in the comments about a couple of weeks ago before the market crashed. This one was when everything was pumping, pumping, pumping. It was euphoric. Maybe some of you were around for it. It felt great. It did feel like things were going to keep going up. And he said, Joanna, I hope when the bear market comes that you'll still show up and do videos. Well, I don't think that the bear market is here. I still at a gut level feel like we're not done. But there are signals showing that things are not looking good. And I said in the comment to Stephen, I said, well, if the bear market comes, I'm still going to be showing up here. And I didn't do a video yesterday because I had to really process what has been going on the past couple of weeks. Part of me has been caught up in wanting to make sure that I share whatever that next great token is, of course, and help in whatever way I can to expand crypto consciousness, to help you as I help myself expand my crypto consciousness. And so I had to take a time out yesterday and really just go back inwards to reflect on why am I doing this? Like, really, why? Why? So in this video, we're going to check in with where the markets are. And we're going to go back. And I think it's important to be able to move forward, to be able to look backwards, not to wallow in, oh, I could have taken profits at this time, if I'd known this, if I'd known that, and berating oneself, but really to move forward with a sense of responsibility and strength so that there isn't blame. With that being said, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Joanna Garzilli, and I'm the founder of Crypto Angel Network. And my background is in self-help. I wrote a book called Big Miracles, The 11 Spiritual Rules for Ultimate Success, which is an award-winning book published by HarperCollins. And I also wrote another book called Unleash the Psychic in You, How to Trust Your Intuition for Success. I have found that without having a spiritual foundation, especially when there is a lot of FUD out there. And right now we went up and tested again that 40,000 resistance for Bitcoin and that 3,000 resistance for Ethereum. And they both got rejected. And so it looks like everything, if it gets maybe rejected another couple of times, that then we could go lower. We could go to a 20,000 Bitcoin. We could maybe go back down to a $1,400, $1,200 Ethereum. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But if it does, I'm just getting to a place of, I'm here in this space, and I'm going to grow through this. I'm not going to buy into the FUD, but it is uncomfortable. Again, it doesn't feel good, but I just want to be really just show everything that I'm feeling here, so that it's not just like yay, but in my core, in my gut, I feel optimistic about everything that is going on in DeFi at large. I was a couple of nights ago, I was with some dear friends of mine in a goddess circle. And one of the things that came through for me in my meditation, where I was feeling, I started to take on this sense of, I've got to know exactly what's going to happen so I can give you great information, but I don't have control over any of what happens in the markets, and I can only do so much. So I can only just share my journey here and my experience with things, and then my research and my technical analysis. And what came through in that meditation was to study more DeFi. I was like, study more DeFi. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to educate myself. For those of you who have been with my channel from the beginning, like Joshua Werner, from when he was, I think, maybe my 6th subscriber, and we're now over 3,000 subscribers, he was a great support and said, keep showing up, Joanna. And I was a total beginner then. My intention for doing this channel and for creating Crypto Angel Network was because many of you are much smarter than me. You know certain projects or things that are going on within DeFi, and to be able to share those things and as a network, as a community here. So when some of you started asking, can you do technical analysis on this? What do you see with these tokens? I started researching more and going from, I suppose, from where I kept saying, I'm just a beginner. Well, now I feel I'm at an intermediate stage, because I do trade on I do limit buys and sells, and I use Coinbase Pro, and I use the Pro on Gate.io, and I use the Pro feature as well on Binance US. And I've moved between different exchanges, and I've done multiple different trades, and I have had some success, and I have taken some profits, and I'm certified in blockchain now. These are all the things that I say, not just to be like, hey, look at what I've done, look at how qualified I am, but to show the progress I've made in 4 months. And if you are newer to crypto and you entered the market at the peak when everything was absolutely euphoric, right? Pump, pump, pump. And now that you are down in your portfolio, to be patient, not to give yourself a hard time. That's what happened to me in December 2017. I entered at the peak, and I had no clue. I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand what red candles were or green candles or any of it. I didn't know what moving averages were. I just saw these lines and somehow managed to do the trades at the time on Binance. And then when everything went down and the market went bearish, I just left it there. I saw it almost go to zero. Then when I came back a few years later, there was still some money, right? Some representation of funds, of assets there. And then I picked back up in the journey. If you look at my channel, you'll see that I think it says like the start date of my channel was January 2018, but it wasn't until later on, end of January 2021, that I actually started doing this. So I did pick an angel card because I needed to come back today to my roots of who I am and what I do, and just in the part of me that wants to people please, because I want all of you to be happy. I want to make sure in a video that you get something of value, and that I've had to really just the awareness that I've come to in the last 48 hours or so is that some of you really love the channel and appreciate me. And you've said you think I'm great or beautiful or smart, and thank you. And these trades have done well. And some of you think I'm stupid, and you think I'm ugly. And I've been telling myself that to show up here, that what other people think of me is none of my business, that it doesn't matter. And I have to come back to the original intention of why I'm doing this and not attached to any of it. And I think that I picked an angel card, and that angel card is forgiveness. And I've got to forgive myself when I see someone write a comment and say, well, you know, I listen to you, Joanna, and I always say this is not investment advice. And I'm just here on the journey too. Like I said, some of you are more experienced than me. So I have to forgive myself for that I only have so much knowledge. I only know so much. I can only do so much. I can only help so much. And there is so much beyond my control with this. I wish I could do more, whether it's from whale manipulation to whatever information it is. So I just wanted to check in and share that. And what I will do briefly now is I'm going to share my screen. And just go back to, I haven't updated the website yet for Crypto Angel Network, but I thought, God, you know, I've got to do that. I've got to get to that. And you know, sometimes the other thing I want to share is that, again, I only came into this space a little while ago, and you know, this headline here says it all. I was naive about the world of crypto. I trusted too easily. If only I knew then what I know now. And this is whether you have been in the space for a long time or a short time, that I believe what I'm finding is important to keep educating one's self and just keep learning and to keep showing up. And I feel that crypto is a brilliant space to be able to grow from a spiritual level. I mean, that's why I'm in it. Yes, I'm in it to make money. Absolutely. That would be a lie if I wasn't. Oh, I'm just in it to just help other people. Of course, I want to help other people, and I want to make money too. But it's something about the people within the space, the community. There is something magical about it for me that gets me keep showing up. So in terms of what I say about being naive here, and I have learned, I feel what I do want to say, I feel like I have learned a lot in the past few months. This was an article I wrote here that you can look at some point of how I came into the space. This was when I was living in Los Angeles. I'm in Arizona now. This was me teaching meditation. I was teaching meditation at a studio in West Hollywood. And, you know, at that point, I would not have seen myself doing what I do now with this. And so anyway, so yeah, my day job is intuition coaching and psychic reading. That's what I said. If only I could predict exactly what Bitcoin is going to do. And I think that's part of where my tears or my, it's like, just, I have to just let go, and I have to forgive myself for not being able to say, I know today that Bitcoin is going to go to 50,000, that we're going to break out, that by July the 12th, we're going to be at 100,000. Then the bear market's going to come on, you know, March the 22nd in 2022. I wish I could tell you these things. I wish I knew for myself. And this is like, for me, when I look at this angel card on forgiveness, I mean, I just, you know, sometimes I'll share something in a video and then the market does something different. And I get upset with myself, like, oh my gosh, I just said that. I just did a video on Paralink. I did end up getting a little bit of that. I got $50 tether worth of it. And I bought in at that entry point of 0.77. I think it's 0.5 something. I just decided to go in there, and I know for I said, if one waits a couple of weeks, one could probably get in even lower. And that's where sometimes the awareness that I have of the things that I'm sharing, I wish I followed that even more so for myself. And that is partly why I show up and do this here as well, to be able to be that reflection. So let me just go to, I'm going to update you here. This is more sort of like, I'm going to go back to my sort of original roots of sharing what I'm doing. Now, if you've seen any of my earlier videos, I talked about CoinTracker, and there's some things I've loved with CoinTracker and some things that have driven me crazy with it, because it doesn't, if you use certain exchanges, it doesn't give accurate information. But what I do like about it, I mean, if you, for example, the API, which for those of you who are new to crypto, application programming interface, that it does not integrate, like it doesn't match up well with, because Gate.io, which I do love, Gate.io exchange. There is a link in the description if you haven't already signed up, and we get to share in the rewards of that together. It's like it's a 40% rewards. I get 30%, you get 10% of that split. That the API, it's just, Gate has so many new tokens, projects, startups, listings coming on, and I just think that the CoinTracker team cannot keep up with it. For example, with Coinbase Pro, it's much easier because there is a fraction of the amount of listings on there. So I have, I'll put in requests for them to fix certain tokens, and that they, sometimes they update it within 24, 48 hours. With others, for example, like Lion token, it's been weeks and it hasn't been fixed. So I have used their tax software before. That has worked well for me. It did work well for when I had filed my 2020 taxes, and I am going to be using that software for 2020 this year, for the 2021 tax year. But I am, I just want to let you know the challenges, the pros and cons of this software. So far, since I've been really in this space, I started doing stuff on the channel, and like I said, later in January, I first got in with GRT, Graph token, and Bitcoin, and that in December 2020. And so this is where the trading starts from for totally that I put in here. So that's what, in a 5-month period that I've been trading. So this was the net fiat invested, 29,851. And the portfolio now is at just over 60,000. Now, let me say that when things were pumping and everything was doing really, really well at that point, when Bitcoin was starting to struggle a bit, but the altcoins were going wild and Ethereum hit its all-time high, the portfolio here was 120,000. So I have all these unrealized profits. When I hear people, for example, BitBoy's like, I lost 8 million today, or someone else said they lost $1 million that day. It's unrealized profits for them. It's just money that they didn't take. So for me, I suppose I had close to 60,000 unrealized profit. And again, I'm going to go back to this forgiveness card. I have to forgive myself for that, because I had made a decision. I want to stick in this for a while. I want to go all the way through 2021. There's certain tokens I'm going into, and I'm gonna hold on to them. I'm gonna hodl, and I'm gonna be in the space here. And then other things I plan to go in for the shorter term and come out of by the summer, because partly I was looking at what was happening in the space, and everyone's saying, well, if the top is in September or October, well, then people start taking out August, July. And that's the sort of what I didn't imagine that. For me, I thought, well, I'll probably go through till December 2021, maybe even January, because I was having this feeling that things would start to, that bear market would start to come in March, April 2022. That has been my gut instinct feeling. So I wasn't feeling that, oh, I want to just go and take everything out because if people are using on chain and the top of the market, like BitBoy is saying, off of his data is end of September, sometime in October, well, then more and more people will go, well, I want to get my money out sooner than everyone else, so take it out in August. Well, people are taking it out in August, then take it out in July. Well, some people are going to take it out in July, take it out in June. I'm just sharing with you how I'm thinking, what other people are thinking in this process. And then I just made a decision. I went, no, there's certain things like Ethereum, I'm going to hang on. I'm going to hold on to Ethereum. I had taken some profits on Polygon when I bought in at 9 cents and I bought back in at 78 cents. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm actually just going to keep that because I don't have huge amounts. I think I bought $1,000 worth. I'm just going to hold on to that now. Now, if a big lesson, if you're newer to crypto, not investment advice, if I had just, from what I bought, had held from the 9 cents mark I bought in at, I had 8,000 Polygon. Imagine the profits even now that I would be in, even with this huge volatility. And this is why I feel that it is very, very beneficial to be clear on an investment strategy that potentially that works for you. I want to just show you here from this is like from the main page of my CoinTracker to give an update here. And I've done sort of different things, and some of this is inaccurate. Like I'm saying, CoinTracker, some of it is off here. So, but Ethereum is correct here. I have just over 12 Ethereum, and yeah, gosh, a couple of weeks ago, I mean, this balance here was, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was much, much higher than this. But I'm still up in Ethereum. Now, I've seen like Ivan on Tech, who I studied with, who I absolutely adore. I just love the stuff he does. And he talked today about that we are below the 200-week moving average, and that things could, there is a scenario where we could go really bearish. And then it's like a game of playing chicken, he said, and that if people start pulling their money out, well, things are going to crash. So where I'm at with Ethereum now, I'm still in profit. With my holdings, right? My cost basis, I could just take a little bit of profit out, because if we do go bear market, then suddenly I'm going to go upside down. But I made a decision that when I look at the fundamentals of Ethereum and I just think of the longer term, I'm just going to stick with it. So at this point in time, what my plan is, I'm not selling any of it. Ethereum is one thing I am absolutely hodling. And then what I'm going to do is eventually, when the market does pump, and I do still believe that we'll hit close to a $20,000 Ethereum this year, I still think that is possible. Maybe I'll just like touch it and then come back down, but we will go double digits Ethereum at that point. I may take out profits. I may trade 1 to 2 Ethereum, but I'm going to keep 10. I just want to keep them for the long run, because I do believe Ethereum will go to 100,000 at some point, and that's something I just want to leave in there. With Lion right now, this is totally off. This is where the CoinTracker is absolutely incorrect. I'm upside down on Lion, and I really like this token. I still see there's volume on it, still moving, but that is something that I'm not going to stay in for the long term. I believe it all. I do like it as a project as a lot, otherwise I wouldn't gone into it. But I definitely, this comes under the realm of meme coins. And I think it is a meme coin that it will succeed. But the main meme coins that are going to be here for the long run, whether you like them or not, are Doge. And then they have Shiba Inu as well. I believe that Doge and Shiba will be the two really, really, those will be the giants of meme coins. And so with Gate token at the moment, my plan personally, I'm still in profit on it. I was up a lot. I was nervous. I've done some videos on US dollar tether. I've sort of like now feel a little bit more calm about it, because as more OTC desks are buying, from institutional money going into crypto, and they are using more and more Tether and US dollar coin. And so how can the whole market, otherwise the entire industry, everything would collapse, and what we're at $3, the crypto's $3 trillion, and it's going to keep growing. So I think that even if, where I feel there is quite a lot of corruption with Tether, there are a lot of untoward things that are going on, I don't, and Gate has many projects that are in Tether. I just think that, I've sort of calmed down about that. I'm not as worried about it. And so my plan with Gate is, you can see I've got just over 1,800 of them. I plan to sell half of them when it hits $17, I am going to take profits on that. And then I was going to keep the rest in there because I believe in the longer run, the gate will eventually go up to be $100, $200 token. So I'll just leave some profits in there and just like give it a go and just let it ride. That's my thinking on that. With Shiba, I was up massively because I bought in at a lower rate, but then I bought more in as everything was pumping. Stupid mistake. And then I'm going to come back to this forgiveness card. Joanna, forgive yourself for just getting caught up in the euphoria of stuff. Because if I had just stuck with my original investment and not done anything, or if I'd stuck with it and just taken out some profits and left the rest in there to ride, I would not be upside down right now. I could have taken out thousands in profit. And so I learned from that mistake. And never to buy when things are pumping, not to do it. And that's very hard if someone's newer to crypto and you're coming in when the market is going absolutely parabolic. I think the time what to do with that is the only thing I would do then is one could swing trade or one could day trade and do very well when the market's parabolic. That's what I experienced back in December and had some great profits where I really didn't know what I was doing, but was somehow continued to be successful. And that is one of the great benefits of a parabolic bull market. So with Shiba, my plan is I have 378 million of them. I do have a sell order for half of them when it hits like, what is it from this? I think when I will have doubled, because I think with Shiba Swap and Bone Unleash and all these good things, it's definitely, it's all going to come back. And then what I will do is I'm going to leave half in there, which will purely be profits, and just leave it. Like I'm going to probably wait for at least a couple of years. And because I do believe that social currency will continue to grow. And I think that Shiba is going to perform very well in the long run. Polygon, again, you can't see from when I originally bought in at 9 cents, but you can look back from my videos and you'll see when I bought in and I had 8,000 of them and then I sold and I took, it was a few thousand in profit. At least I think it was around two and a half thousand in profit. And then I bought back in, I bought just over $1,000 worth and I'm in profit now. But I believe Polygon, I mean, some people are saying $5, $7 this year. I had thought $3 when it was at 9, 10 cents. But now I'm thinking longer term. I mean, Polygon at some point, if it is layer 2 for Ethereum, it could go to $100. So I'm not going to sell. I'm like, this is a long-term hodl for me. For VeChain, VeChain have done decently. I did have quite a bit more. I did take some profits on VeChain. My plan at the moment is that I'm going to hold it up to, and I may change at some point, but I'm going to take profits at 33 cents. And yes, I mean, it should go to $1. It'll go more than that over a period of time. They're doing a lot. But for me, my long-term holds are Ethereum, Shiba, and Polygon, and then with some of it for Gate. And with Harmony, right now I'm upside down. I had taken some profits on that a while back, and I believe very much in that project as well. And I just want to be transparent. Some of you're hodling for life with it. I plan also on this, and I'm going to see at the moment, I'm looking to take profits at 33 cents on that as well. But I may keep some of it and then just stick with it just to still have some Harmony. But there are, and that's hard for me because I love the community and everything with it. But this is just what that's what I'm leaning towards doing. With Pig, we went into at the peak and oh my God, I'm like so upside down in Pig right now. It's ridiculous. And I do have a sell order in that for when I look up for when it would be like taking about 15% profits on it. It does have good, strong volume. It does have a black hole. Everything gets burned with it. So This is not going to be a long-term hold for me. I think it will perform decently in the long run, but it just feels too high risk for me. Safe Mars, you can see I'm horribly upside down as well. I think that this will come back. I think I have this to sell at around, when it hits 15, 20% profits. I don't care to, I think I have it at that too. I can't see from what my trades are set to sell at in, I'd have to look at my sell orders in Gate, but I'm going to be going totally out of Safe Mars. I'm not going to stick in that for the long run. I have to forgive myself that I wish I'd taken profits. For Akita Inu, you can see again, I'm upside down. I'd sold it, then I bought back in. And so really I should have just hodled that. And Akita will come back, but I don't think it's going to perform in the same way as Shiba. And that was my other big lesson, I feel, is that just because Akita has a lower circulating supply, it really comes down to, I think part of it comes down to, because these are they are social currencies, that how the community interacts, it's not just about the circulating supply, as we have seen Doge has defied that. And then Graph, I had originally bought at around 23, 24 cents, different buy-ins. I had taken at $23,000 in profit, and then I bought back in, but I bought back in at what I feel is comfortable for my budget to hodl for long term. When I say hodl for long term, I mean we're talking 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, I'm just not going to hold on, have 10 years for this. It's a small enough amount that I can just be like, that's fine to put in 275, and the fees got taken out there on Coinbase. I'll just hold that for the long run. So I'm upside down, but I'm not worried at all, because I think in the long run, Graph is going to go into the hundreds of dollars. We're just waiting for the markets to catch up. The Graph has massive, I believe will be a giant within this space. And I just want to go back to, for people who are harmonauts, well, why would I not just, I've taught, this is where I've got to be honest, I'm slightly conflicted, because I mean, I don't have a huge amount in here. I'm conflicted as to, I talk about in my top 4, I have Ethereum, Polygon, Graph, and Harmony. Well, then why would I not hold Harmony all the way to the moon? And that's something that I am struggling with, of why do I feel the need to go and take profits on that at a certain point? Why sell it if I believe in it so much? Because I do, and I do believe in the team. So I have to process that and just see, is it fear for me? What is it? Is there must be some part of me that does have doubt about the project, that doesn't believe, even though I do believe. So I have to reconcile that. And again, this is just my way, my process of how I do things. For other people, it's just, I know someone had made a comment, oh, Joanna, you're too emotional when it comes to trading. And but for me, it's this is how I process things. This is how I do things, and it overall is work for me in life with making decisions. Just how, when you have a risk reward ratio and you're trading and have to know that being a successful trader, you could have just 25% wins for your trades. That was something I learned in Ivan on Tech, doing technical analysis. And for me in my life and with trading, I have had overall more than 25% successes, considerably more actually. So for me, gut instinct is a very important part of things. With Safe Moon, had been positive, but just again, this is, we're looking at my portfolio right now with the market on the verge, the potential of going off the cliff and going bearish. Again, I hope it doesn't. I don't think it will, but so Safe Moon, I have a small amount of Safe Moon, 21 million that I put in 155. And I'm planning to go out of that and sell that, because my main sort of risk token is going to be Shiba. These NISO, I don't know too much about this token. This was one that ended up I guess from rewards that came to me. And then persistence, XPRT, I've done a number of videos on that. And I believe that this is, this is a great price on it right now. Persistence is a product suite, a financial product suite, and that incorporates from derivatives to lending to NFTs, and works very closely. The founder of Polygon is an advisor, as the main advisor for Persistence, and this is a super strong project. So I'm not going to, I mean, I have such a tiny amount of Persistence XPRT, but at this point, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be selling in that. And then, I have some other things, other smaller things here. I have just like tiny other little bits and pieces of things here that I'm holding on to. And then I have other stuff that just doesn't show on here that is much smaller amounts. And so there we go. Let me see if I can, what does it show this? When you go to the thing with taxes, is it with the taxes? No, hang on a sec. I think it's on the dashboard. Yeah, it shows, there you go. It shows, so you can see here overall, how so for 2020, that's where I just taken some small profits, and then 2021 so far, my gains so far that I have taken just over 30,000 profits. And for being new to crypto, only in it for just over 4 months, trading for 5 months, I would not have expected to have done as well as I have. If I'd sold at the top of the market, I would have done over 6 figures. But I feel, even though I feel outside of my comfort zone at the moment with everything, I'm glad that I'm holding and sticking with this. So, gosh, I'm trying to, I was like, I'm just going to get on and do a really quick video, but I wasn't able to do that. I hope that at least you found some small amount of value, whether it could be, wow, that was really stupid what Joanna did, or I would never do that. Even if you just totally disagree with what I've done, or you disagree with my plan, that it gives you clarity to feel really good about what you're doing, and that each one of us, we have to do what feels right for us. We've got to just, we each have a different path to follow with this. So in conclusion, I feel that the idea of today was to focus on expansion of crypto awareness, and yeah, we can learn as much from we can actually learn more from the mistakes that others make. And I can say for myself, I learn more from my mistakes because I go, wow, that was painful, and I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to do things differently next time. And sometimes what I've found in my experience is, even when something is painful, I will go and sabotage myself and make the same mistake again and again and again, because I wasn't aware of some part, a character defect, some part of shadow within me that was greedy, that was insecure, that wanted to people please, that wanted to be liked. And last thing I want to say is that I did a video a few days ago where there was someone in the Crypto Angel Network community that really that I felt that came at me, and I wasn't in a ground, like in a super grounded, happy place. I was tired from I've just been working a lot. And that person was, their name is Single Guy for You. And I did stand up for myself, but I feel that I could have done it in a much more loving and positive way. And a way I look back and I wish that I hadn't said something with that. I'm a human being. I do get triggered at times, and yeah, I get triggered at times. So I apologize for that. And tomorrow is another day. Today is a good day, and I am grateful to be here with you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will I will do my best not to get triggered. And let me know what else that you're interested in, what you want me to cover. And then I will endeavor to educate myself better and bring you strong research and bring in my gut instinct with that. And yeah, check out as well, maybe you might like to check out my book, Unleash the Psychic in You, because that shows sort of my journey of how I ended up in that space, and the power of gut instinct, and also my other book that you can see here on the screen, Big Miracles. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for subscribing, for being here with me, for liking, for sharing the video. And I am sending you lots and lots of love.